If there is one visual sign that a car is making a loud, unapologetic statement, it's gotta be a really aggressive, high-contrast color scheme.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, forget subtle metallics. Today we are diving deep into the 2025-2026 BMW M3 Competition. This is where that competition designation is truly.
Absolutely. The rear design is just dominated by that huge black plastic, or maybe...
For decades, there's been one car that's kind of set the bar for sports sedans, the BMW M3. Today, we're getting behind the wheel of the latest one.
Okay, so the M3 has this incredible legacy, right? But things are changing fast. We've got electric cars, giant screens everywhere. The whole idea of what makes a perfect sports sedan is, well, it's kind of up in the air. So we're going to take a deep dive into this new generation and ask the big question. Is it still the ultimate driving machine?
First up, let's just talk about that initial impression. The way this car just commands your attention on the road. It's got this presence.
So, we have to start with the outside. Because with an M car, nothing is just for show. Every single curve, every vent, every line, it's all there for one reason: performance.
All right, let's just get it out of the way. You can't talk about this car without talking about the grille. I mean, it's huge, it's vertical, it's a statement. But here's the thing, it's not just for shock value. It's all about function. It's designed to absolutely inhale air to keep that monster of an engine cool.
And it's not just the grille that gives this car its personality. Look at the lighting. Up front, you've got these sharp, almost angry-looking LED headlights that give it a really intense stare. Then you walk around to the back, and those sleek, L-shaped taillights, they create this signature look that you'll know from a mile away, day or night.
Now, if you look at it from the side, you see those classic sports sedan proportions, right? Long hood, the cabin pushed way back, and those muscular, flared-out wheel arches. The whole thing just looks tense, kind of like a coiled spring ready to launch. It just screams performance, even when it's just sitting there.
And the back of the car, it's all business. That carbon fiber spoiler? Nope, not just for looks. It creates actual downforce to keep you planted at high speeds. And below that, a pretty aggressive diffuser to handle the airflow. And of course, you gotta have the quad exhaust pipes. That's the classic signal that there's some serious power under the hood. And if you spot this little competition badge, that's how you know you're looking at the top dog. This is the most potent version of the M3, tuned for absolute maximum performance. Okay, we've spent enough time looking at the outside. Let's hop in.
So let's step inside, and what you find is this really interesting mix. It's part high-tech command center and part pure, focused driver's cockpit. Wow, okay, the first thing that just grabs you is this giant curved display. It actually merges the instrument cluster and the infotainment screen into one single piece, and it's all tilted right at the driver. It's super high-tech, and it means everything you need to see is right there, right in your line of sight.
And your hands fall right onto this thick, meaty M steering wheel. But check this out. See those two bright red buttons, M1 and M2? Those are basically your fun buttons. They're shortcuts. You can program them with your perfect setup, engine, suspension, steering, the whole shebang, and completely change the car's personality with just one press.
And you have got to look at these seats. These optional carbon fiber buckets, they are no joke. The side bolsters are super aggressive, and they're designed to literally hold you in place when you're flying through corners. It really makes you feel physically connected to the car, so you can feel exactly what it's doing.
Down on the center console, it's like your command center. You've got the new gear selector, but right next to it are actual physical buttons for tweaking the engine, the suspension, all the important stuff. And that's really the story of this cockpit, right? It's this mix of the big digital screen and good old-fashioned satisfying buttons to press.
And then you notice this little detail, the bright red start button. You know, it seems like a small thing, but it's not just a button, is it? It's like a little promise of what's about to happen. It's that little shot of adrenaline before the real fun begins.
But with all this tech, you have to wonder, right? In the race to make cars more like smartphones on wheels, do you lose some of that physical, tactile connection that makes driving special?
Well, it seems like BMW thought about that, because even with that huge screen, they kept the physical iDrive dial right here on the center console. And that's a big deal. It means you can control things by feel, without looking down, keeping your eyes on the road. It's a smart compromise. Okay, so now, let's get to the real heart of this thing.
All right, let's pop the hood and take a look at the hardware. The stuff that really gives an M car its soul.
And there it is, the twin-turbo straight-six. I mean, this engine layout has been part of BMW's DNA forever. But look at what's around it. See those big metal braces? They connect the suspension towers right to the front of the chassis. What that does is make the whole front end way more rigid, which means you get much sharper, more precise handling.
But you know, going fast is only half the story. If you peek behind those beautiful, lightweight wheels, you'll see some absolutely massive brakes. Because having incredible stopping power and super sticky tires, that's just as important as having a ton of horsepower. It's all about the total package, a complete, balanced system.
So, we've got the aggressive looks, the high-tech interior, and all that amazing hardware under the skin. But what does it all add up to? What's it actually like when the rubber meets the road?
And this is where it all comes together, out here, on the road. This is where that stiff chassis, that incredible engine, and that driver-focused cockpit all start working in harmony. The whole point is to make the car feel alive in your hands, to make it communicate what the road is doing, and to turn every single drive into, well, an event.
And really, that's always been the M3's secret sauce, hasn't it? It has this amazing dual personality. One minute, it's a perfectly comfortable, totally practical sedan you can drive to work every day. But then, you press one of those little red M buttons, and bam! It turns into a razor-sharp, super-focused weapon for a winding road.
So, in the end, the new M3 is just so much more than a fast car. It's this incredibly complex machine. It's like the culmination of everything BMW has learned over decades, all wrapped up into one package. It blends that raw mechanical power with all this new digital smarts to create an experience that's, well, it's totally unique. And all this leaves us with one last big thought.
You know, with the whole car world rushing towards electric power, a car like this feels significant. It feels like the peak of something. So the question I'm left with is this. Is this the perfect, final act for the gasoline-powered sports sedan? Or is this just the start of its next amazing chapter?